A technologically challenged.
Broke it.
I'm technologically challenged. Did you push and hold or just pop
Yeah.
it?
Thought I pushed it home.
It had a green light and then it popped off.
The battery's dead.
Shut back it on.
We don't have 5 seconds. We're gonna get a.
I'll speak loudly.
Maybe.
You can't see me if I do that,
Wait a minute.
No.
but it's not a big deal. All right, can everybody hear me?
I thought you were, wait a minute.
Go, let go. Okay, I'm gonna stand in the middle so the people online can see as well. Welcome to our 4-H STEM Challenge, which is a national event. And this year it's called Mars Base Camp. My name is Patty Breslin, and I am one of the STEM coordinators here in Hendricks County. And I help put on a lot of the STEM events. So I'm your host today, and I am being helped by Rick and Ashley and, oh my God, Carla. And Katie will be in later, my brain babe. Okay, we've got a couple of people that are joining us virtually. But before we get started, I'm gonna go around the room. I'd like you to introduce yourself. Tell me what grade or age you are. And I need an answer to this question. What was the year that NASA in the United States first sent a mission to Mars? We're doing Mars Base Camp. So think about that and we're gonna see how close you guys are or if you know the answer. So I'm gonna start over here. Madison got here first, so she gets to go first. So tell me your name and your grade and the answer to my what year did NASA first send the Mars mission? Just give a guess. 1875? 1975, okay. 2005. Same thing, 2005, okay.
And I think
2017. All right. 19 what? 30? 30, okay.
1930?
1987. 2007. 1985. 2000. 2005.
My name is Zayden and I'm in 6th grade and I think the launch was
What year?
1965.
He says 1965.
My name is David Meyer. I am 13 years old. And 2005.
2005. Okay, now we're gonna go to Eli and then Evan. Okay, you guys have a guess. Introduce yourselves and your grade, and then give me a guess on the year we first sent a mission to Mars.
My name is Evan and I'm in 3rd grade, and I think when the first rocket was launched was 1982.
82.
1982?
Eli's coming. Sorry, Eli. There you are.
2000.
Say your name and grade.
My name's Eli, and I'm.
Say it so they can hear you.
My name's Eli, and I'm 6th grade, and I. 2001.
What was his guess? No.
He said 2001.
Okay, 2001. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Nathaniel. Can you introduce yourself and your grade and give me a guess on the first year we sent a mission to Mars?
My name is Nathaniel, and I'm in 3rd grade, and my guess is 1980.
1980, I think.
Yeah, 80, yes.
All right,
We have one close.
I think somebody might have Googled it, but, or read in their box. The answer is 1964. Who said 65? Very, very good. The first mission to Mars was 1964, and it was a flyby. So they just, and the actual first mission failed, and they launched the second mission, and it did a flyby and took pictures of Mars. And it took a really, really long time to get there. And we're going to talk more about that as the days go on. So we're going to start this morning with a little short video. Does everybody know that there is a mission to Mars that's currently, it was just launched this summer, and it's currently on its way to Mars. It's a rover, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to show you a quick video, and kind of exciting to see the launch.
Perseverance rover headed to Mars, ready to ride a tongue of fire and smoke on its way
Oh, sorry. What'd I do?
to the red planet.
And liftoff. As the countdown to Mars continues, perseverance of humanity launching the next generation of robotic explorers to the red planet. And our CEO is and we have successful celebration of Mars 2020 with the Perseverance rover.
We now have an acquisition of signals, and the years of blood, sweat, and tears from every person who worked on the mission is now realized as Perseverance makes its way to Mars.
Can you go to the next screen?
Mhm.
Okay, we've done a lot of different things at NASA to explore Mars, and these are a couple of examples, just a partial list of the things, some of the missions that we've sent. Mars Global Surveyor was launched in 1996 and completed its mission in 2006. The first activity we're going to do today is named Global Surveyor. The next one is Mars Odyssey. It was launched in 2001, and it's actually still operating. And that is the second activity we're going to do today. Mars Curiosity rover was launched in 2011, and it is still operating. Mars Insight lander, it was launched in 2018, and it landed in 2018. And it is still operating. So the reason I put the landed is it took kind of calculate there, a little over 6 months to get to Mars. One of the, thank you. One of the first missions to Mars that actually landed a rover took over 300 days, almost a year. So technology has definitely improved as we've gone through there. Next screen. Okay, so today we are going to do the landing zone surveyor, and we're going to talk about geology, geography, meteorology, some seismology, and then we're going to have an activity where we explore the engineering design process, and we're going to actually build a rover and an obstacle course. So I'm going to get the materials so we can kind of show you the materials that you need for the first activity. Sure. Okay, the first activity, we're going to use the map. It's divided into grids, so you'll notice, turn it around so you can see A1 is up in the corner and D4 is down in the other. On your table, and I'm holding up the cards that the people that are joining us online will need the cards as well. These are the landing zone cards. So you're going to take your little parachute guy person, and you are going to stand a little ways away. We're going to say 3 to 5 feet. Your team can take tape and mark your landing zone area. And you're going to try to land it on the map. And you're going to take a sticky note and mark where you landed. Now on your table and in your box, hold on just a second, we have a die, a little dice. Once you land, then you are going to, we're going to follow the little flow chart here. If you land on the target, then you are going to roll the dice. And rolling the, why do you think we might roll a dice? Yeah. It's not about points. Why might we roll a die? Yeah. Exactly. So you don't really know if you're going to succeed or fail, and NASA doesn't know. So this is our way to kind of decide randomly, did you succeed or did you fail? So what does it say? If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you're successful. If you roll a 4, 5, or 6, you have to try again. And so we're going to do it as a team. The people at home that are joining us, you could just do it individually or share it. And you're going to go through this, and we're going to set a time limit of about 15 minutes or so of going through. We want to collect as many of these cards as you can. And there's a spot in your youth guide for taking notes. It's on the next page. This is kind of important because we want you to take notes on some of the sites that you landed on or your team landed on. So Rick, you can go ahead and put that one over there. Okay. So open up your parachute book. Does anybody have any questions online? Do you have any questions, or anybody in the room have any questions before we get started? You're again going to work as a team. We're going to just kind of let you guys figure this out. Mark a spot 3 to 5 feet away. You can figure out what that means. I don't know how to launch. You're going to have to watch your teammates and see who's the most successful launcher. And you're going to try. If the 3 to 5 feet doesn't work, you can maybe move closer. So you're going to throw it or launch it. If you don't hit the map at all, go to the end of the line, and it's somebody else's turn, and you get another try in a little bit. Any questions? The idea is collect as many cards as a team during the time that we've got. Okay. Right. If you land on something that's already occupied with a sticky note, you have to go to the end of the line and try again later. That's the end of your turn. So you're trying to land on a spot. And so we'll try the 3 to 5 feet and see how that works. And you guys at home can be doing the same activity with the items that were in your kit. Any questions?
Can you clarify which cards you're speaking of that they get if they land on?
Yeah, we'll have Patty get closer.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. She wants to see the cards. Does that help?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Labeled A1 through
A1.
I see them now. I see them now. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're
Okay,
fine.
no
It's
problem.
it's fine.
Go ahead and get up. You can go, your map is down here, your map is over there. Take some of the tape. Take some of the tape and mark your landing spot. Sticky notes is gonna mark once you landed on a spot. The sticky note will be for that. The tape is just, everybody starts at the same spot. Okay. Try to make sure your map is away from your chair. Use your tape and mark a spot that everybody starts from, so like a starting landing spot. You following me? There. So everybody, what's 3 to 5 feet? Where should I put the tape? Right there? You want to try it right there?
Uh-huh. I think so.
Everybody starts in the same place.
They roll the dice when they hit the thing. And then, okay, so if it's a successful landing, it's number 1, 2, or 3. You have to roll a dice, and if you land it on there, you roll the dice, and if it's a 1, 2, or 3, you get a card. And then you put a sticky note on the place.
Correct. And so you go to the D3 part. You guys need to move closer. What do you think? All right. This is part of the process. I got it.
There you go.
All right, what spot? We'll give you credit for that one. What is it? D1. You are in orbit.
Did they roll a dice?
Just get card, and mark it with your sticky note. You actually went into orbit. All right, let's try it. So, what do you think? On or off? You gonna give me credit? Nope, it's off. We need to be closer. What do you guys think? I'll give you credit for that one. What is it? So this one, you roll the die. Three, are you successful? Yep. So what is that? D2. There you go.
What time did we start?
10:26 maybe. So if you want.
Yep. And who had, Madison, did you get in Orbit and then Day1? And you can put a sticky note on that one. All right, go ahead. Good. Which one is it? D3. All right, we got to roll the die. Oh, boy, that means you failed and you're missing. Not successfully launched. Right, good. Good. Oh, good job. Congratulations on one, but you're on C2. You gotta roll the dice, successful or no? Oh, 3 are. You're speaking out on that? All right. Here's the die. Another. 4. Nope. Okay, step closer. Step closer. We're gonna get a little closer so we get that. Yep. Nope, somebody's already there. Try it again. Somebody's already there. Go ahead and step closer. Oh, there you go. Alright. Step closer. Okay, it seems like everything's going this way, so where should you aim? If everything kind of is going this way? Good idea. A little too far. Try it again. Oh, close.
I landed on 2C.
Step a little closer. Try it again. Yeah. There you go. Which one are you in? I say this one. All right. 3 years back. You got one. Okay. Pick up your pencil. You put your sticky note on that spot so you know you get it there. Go ahead and step closer. Awesome. Which one are you gonna take? That one? Okay. Here's your die. 2. Which one are we? 4. Got all the C's. And you guys, if it's really not working, you can step a little bit closer. All right. I got no problem right and left. Oh boy, how did we get that one? I don't know. Is that yours?
We'll get it untangled. Thank you. I think we might need another one here.
I don't think that's gonna come untangled.
Roll your die. Gotta figure out if it's successful. Nope. You can come a little closer. Nope. Go ahead and try again. Oh, there you go. Nothing works. Okay, one. There you go. Okay, we have about 5 more minutes. Already landed a Craig. Go ahead and try again. the idea is. Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible. Was it? Okay.
They're not necessarily.
All right. Yeah. Where is this parachute? I want it back. All right. Thank you. We'll figure it out. It's a hit. Come closer. Try again. Oh, yay. Oh, nope. Oh, he's trying a different. Oh, he's trying a different approach. Oh. Good luck on that one. Hey. Oh. Nope. Come closer. Come closer. Awesome. Right there. Oh, no. Okay, we got about 2 more minutes. See how many more you can get. Oh, yeah. Okay. 3. Yeah. All right, Dave. Come closer. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, one more time. Go ahead, Madison. Okay, Riker, come closer. Come closer. There you go. All right, roll the die. We'll go ahead and give you a shot. Yay! What is that? P3? Oh, good job. P4. Roll the die. Yep, one more time. Can I get 2 more? Very good. Come closer. There you go. All right. I'm going to give it to you on D1. All right. Yes. There you go. Okay, 1 more minute. Yeah, he's in orbit. P4. We got 2 more squares. are one. Oh. Somebody's already got that. Oh, wait, it's my cut. Who has B4? Okay. Okay. Take your bag. Okay, everybody go ahead and stop. Go back to your table. Okay, everybody stop. Okay, as a group, take a look at your cards that you got. Who in your group had the most cards? Tied, okay. So was this activity a little more challenging than you thought it was going to be? What was so challenging? Okay, so. Okay. Yeah. So why didn't it go where you wanted it to go? Why do you think? Okay. No, you don't know how much force? Yeah. And the wind, the air in here? Yeah. You don't know how much gravity, yeah. Right? Right. So you're throwing your guy and the parachute's just going. So you now understand some of the challenges. Anybody online? Thoughts? Was it challenging at home? Hopefully you had an empty space.
Talk about it.
She said Eli and Evan tried. They learned a lot. We're always disappointed when they crash after rolling their dice.
Was that disappointing when you landed on a spot finally and then you rolled the dice and it didn't get as successful? Yeah, the activity was fun, but it is really frustrating. Could you imagine being a NASA scientist? You work for years and your lander crashes on Mars. That would be pretty disappointing. Okay, I want you guys to share for a few minutes your cards with your group. Look really closely at the pictures and some of the features and make some notes in your youth guide. We're going to take a couple minutes to do this. Talk about it with your group from your cards that you got. Maybe go around your group and share one of your cards, show them the pictures, talk a little bit about it. This is going to be a little bit important as we do some of the other activities on Thursday. So what did you learn about some of the features on Mars? So go ahead and take a couple minutes and talk about it as a group, or go around your group and read your cards.
She didn't want stinky hand sanitizer.
She what?
She didn't want stinky hand sanitizer. There's some right in the hall.
Good point. I should use it. Things and masks. She's washing her hands.
No, there's a good
Oh, there's
hand
another.
sanitizer on the
Oh,
hall.
there's one out.
Right by the doors.
You guys are also handling the die and cards. Everybody use hand sanitizer, please. Pass it around. I should have done it earlier. So that's. I don't have all of them, I have one.
Probably don't use a whole lot.
So I think that is some of the snow from the North Pole comes with mom. And it's really cool. I didn't know that.
Okay, we're going to, I want you to tell me a couple things here in a second. And then I'm gonna give you, I handed out in each, on each table, some reflection. Trying to figure out if I can get that to the online. I don't think I can. Wait, we can answer it. Okay, they can just keep looking at their cards. All right, so at your table, who went into orbit? Okay, I want one person to tell me what was the name of your orbit, your orbiter, and when did it go into orbit around Mars, and is it still there? So Andrew, I'm gonna ask you to answer this one. We've got a lot of other questions too. Go ahead. And when did it go into orbit? 1997, is it still there? Okay, it came back in 2006, cool. Okay, who has a landing site that has ice? Anybody? Zayden, what can you tell us, which site is it? A2, did anybody else have that site? Okay. Okay, I'll get to you on another question. So A2, tell us about your site. Okay. Oh, it wasn't ice. Okay. You don't have to read it. Just tell me a little bit more about the site. What'd you learn about that? And what location was it on the map? What's the grid location? The polar ice cap, and what's the number up here? A3. So did other people get A3? Good. Who has a landing site with a canyon on it? Anybody?
Honey, there was somebody on the.
Oh, Evan does.
Has the ice one.
Evan has the ice. Okay. Evan, do you want to share something? I'm sorry, I missed that. You could share it.
There they go.
Okay. Tell us something about your ice spot.
I landed on A3 planet, Planet Boreum.
A3.
Thank you. Good.
What's that?
Seasonal.
A seasonal ice cap made from carbon dioxide.
Okay, thank you. Good. Okay, did anybody have a canyon? Does it look like a, which card is that? D2. D2. B? Okay. D. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna ask you to do the reflection. Who has a landing site with dunes? Sand dunes? Somebody that hasn't? Michael, did you have one with dunes? No? Anybody online?
No.
So, okay. On your table, we did a reflection. Would you guys, as a table, kind of just share some of the information on it? And maybe we'll take a few minutes, like 3 minutes, and work on that as a group at the table. So maybe one person can volunteer to write.
Should we
And
type some of these down here?
talk about the questions and the answers.
Type it online. We're gonna type the questions.
Oh, into chat? You got a copy of it? No, that's Red Planet. That's the other one.
Oops.
Here. This one. Might be helpful. And they, maybe one of these, maybe this one. Good idea. I had it, thought I could screen share, but I didn't give it to you guys. Email you the other one.
Which one did you say you wanted them to do? Patty? Which one was the one, number 5?
What was that?
Which one did you really want them to do?
This one. Why are the places different? And the last one, and you don't have to type the whole thing. If you were going to land people on Mars, where would be a good spot to land them?
Eli had a crater that looks like a smiley face due to the mountain range as the smile. That's cute.
I saw one that looked like that.
All right. What do you guys answer here? What are some of the things you'll learn about Mars?
Okay, take about 2 more minutes to talk about some of the questions on there. You don't have to write them down, just talk about them, but then I'm going to ask you guys.
Anything, or do you already know everything there is to know about Mars?
Nathaniel noticed that Mars has sand and sand dunes formed from the winds. Evan enjoyed one of his sites had 3 volcanoes that were 12 miles high.
Wow. That's cool.
I can have my chair right.
So did you guys all land on similar sites, or are they different? So what does that mean about Mars?
Okay, I think you all noticed there are some big differences in the areas of Mars. So why do you think there are all those differences? What do you think creates those? Journey? Okay, happens over time. Andrew, what do you think? Okay. So there's some climate change differences. Okay, anybody else? Why are things different on different areas of Mars? Yeah.
Like, there's the stuff that come on, and one stuff.
Oh, dust storms, okay. So some wind and things, okay, yeah. Okay. Okay.
They said B2 looks like a good spot to land.
Okay, so we asked another question online and I'm gonna ask you guys. So we've never landed people on Mars. Has anybody seen the movie Martian? The Martian?
Yeah.
I've seen it multiple times, it's one of my favorite movies. But they landed a person on Mars. So if you were gonna try to land a person on Mars, of all of the places that we got on the grids, what do you think would be a good spot to land people? Would it be on the top of a mountain? Would it be on ice? What do you think? Which, give me a grid number, yeah. Ah, she says A3 because there's ice and other areas might be really hot. So you, okay, that's interesting. What do you think?
I would say B2. Because it.
What's on B2 that might be a good spot? Is it hilly? Is it flat? What do you think? It's hilly. Okay.
Looks like our online people think that.
B2, somebody else agrees with you. What about anybody else?
A1.
Okay. I thought A1 was one of the orbiters. Was it?
Yeah.
It shows kind of, okay, A1 is just supposed to be orbiting, but then what does it show on the landscape? Oh. So the actual edge of A1, oh. Okay. Anybody over here? Good place to land? What do you think? D2. Okay, what about D2 do you like?
There's kind of like a crater. There's like a stripe. More of a trench.
Okay.
It says it's small people. It's a trench. Like, it's not flat.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for all your thoughts and participating. Okay, we're gonna take a break. I need everybody to go wash their hands. So
Take a bathroom if you need to. And go to the bathroom.
and go to the bathroom, take a break. We're gonna take about 5 to 10 minutes. So everybody stand up. Kind of keep your distance from each other in the bathrooms, please.
Yep. All right. Here's gonna head out here.
So I am going to repeat that since we're going to be recording again. So those of you that are joining us for the second part of today, we are getting ready to do our rover activity. So make sure you get your rover kit out. We will need the rover kit has all of the supplies. You will need 2 AA batteries if they did not come in your kit, and if you have supplies around the house, such as straws, pencils, markers, books, anything that could be used to make somewhat of an obstacle course. Those would be great things to collect right now. And we will get started here in just a little bit. like unsticky their mat if they have it?
Pardon?
If they, do they need to take stickies off of their mat at home
We are,
too? At
yeah.
home? Yes. Okay. Also, if you are playing along at home, if you had sticky notes on your Mars map, make sure you take those off so that you have a clean surface for our next activity.
Okay, can everybody come back to their table after you get the.
Thank you. There we go.
Oh, I found it. Okay, we are ready to start our next activity. This one's called Red Planet Odyssey. NASA has been exploring Mars since when? 1964, through missions that fly past the planet. They orbit it, they land on it, and they explore the surface with a rover. This activity is named for the Odyssey mission, an orbiter that's been taking measurements of Mars for 18 years. Part of NASA's Mars Science Laboratory mission is Curiosity, a rover mission after which another activity is named, and we're going to do that on Thursday. Curiosity is the largest and most capable rover ever sent to Mars. It launched on November 26, 2011, and landed on Mars 254 days later. Curiosity set out to answer this question: did Mars ever have the right environmental conditions to support small life called microbes? Early in its mission, Curiosity's scientific tools found chemical and mineral evidence of past habitable environments on Mars. It continues to explore the rock record from a time when Mars could have been home to microbial life. So they've discovered a lot of things about Mars with their rovers. So in this activity, we've given you a box and you have a kit of a rover. We're going to build the rover. Katie's showing it to you online. There are instructions alongside the kit. The reason we gave you a box is because there are some very small pieces, and I suggest that you keep the pieces in the box so that you don't have screws rolling around. There's a little tiny screwdriver, little tiny screw. I want you to divvy this up. So each person at your table, there are 5 steps to assembling this rover. The instructions are in the kit. I want you to maybe each person do 1 step and then hand the box and the parts to the next person. To save time, while you can help that person, the other team members can help or instruct, or one person could be reading the instructions while the other person is assembling. We gathered some items on your table. Once you finish the rover as a team, then you're going to build an obstacle course on your map. And the obstacle course will get from one side to the other. So you can mark with a sticky note or tape where you want to start and where you want to try to finish and how you're going to do this. This rover, unlike the rovers we sent to Mars, is not steerable. So you are going to create a path to try to get from the start to the finish using some of these everyday straws, craft sticks, paper, boxes, whatever you can come up with. Take them down onto the map. We've allowed about 40 minutes for building the rover and the obstacle course. If while you're building the rover, some people want to work on the obstacle course, that's fine. but I want everybody to be able to participate in building the rover. Same thing with you guys online. I suggest about 15 to 20 minutes to build the rover and then 15 minutes or so to build the obstacle course. Anybody got any questions? So keep the parts in the box. You can open the kit. Anybody questions? All right, keep the parts in the box because we don't want to lose them. And we'll be around to help you.
Not a whole lot of sharing going on in this.
I am going to pause our recording so we have time to work on our rovers and our obstacle courses. Those of you joining at home, if you would like to turn on your screen and share the finished product of your rover and obstacle course when we are wrapping up, we would love to see that.
Program up there is ask, imagine, plan, create, experiment, and improve. So when you're building your rover, you're using a kit and you're kind of creating. Somebody else did kind of the planning for putting together, but on your obstacle course, you guys are doing this whole process. You're trying to plan it, you're trying to create it, you're going to experiment once the rover is finished, and you may have to improve it. And then you're going to ask yourself, okay, what could I do differently? And then you start the process all over again. So by doing this activity, you guys are actually engineering and doing engineering processes. So just want you to be aware of some of the things that you're doing, just like NASA scientists. All right. So I don't
I can try to sand it down.
The other thing to think about when you're building your obstacle course is look at the features on Mars. Remember, go back to your card.
Tell Liam to come over here and bring that.
There are certain features you might not want to go over with your rover. Like you might not send your rover over a crater because they go in.
Instructions too.
So think about the features of Mars that are on the map. Maybe try to avoid some things that your rover might get stuck in. So try to maybe think about where are the flat spaces, and you want to keep your rover going in the flat areas because that's where rovers travel best.
What are you trying to do?
I can't get this on
Does it make contact over there?
Is that this one though?
Right, that's what it is.
We have it.
Yeah.
Is it different than this one though?
Yeah. No, because this is one big tool.
Got it on there. I just need to pull it down.
Now, these your instructions?
No.
No, okay.
Yeah, I can get it down.
So you were having trouble getting the ear on the X? Where's my electrical guy? Can you hop on this one? Yes. Which one? They're trying to wire that one. Thank you. Okay, we're going a little bit over. We're really close on our last couple rovers, I think. Did you guys get a working rover?
Yeah.
Okay, is yours working? All right, so try it through your obstacle course. All right, so I'm going to go around to each group, and I want you to tell me a little bit about what you did, what you learned. All right, group one over here. Tell me what happened here. They put tape on the back wheels to try to give it a little bit more. What? Some more grip, yeah. They've got some ramps. What's happening on your ramp? Is it working? Oh, okay. So they built a lot of ramps on theirs, and it's a challenge to get the rover to go over the ramps. Anything else? Your assembly of your rover went pretty easily though. Very good. Bring it out here, please. All right, what do we learn about our obstacle course? Quite impressive. Doesn't turn very well. Okay, so how could you make things turn better?
all this extra, and it could have gone to the possible six.
So were the possible sticks supposed to be sort of?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
But for some reason our like squirts like it squirts like it doesn't
I think it's fast. Wow. All right, last group. Did you get your rover working? Oh, we're still testing. Oh, did you get that sample one to test your course though? They've got a curved course. So why are you supposed to be doing that? One of the gears is really struggling, so it's making it go in circles. Okay. So when we'll maybe hit
Patty, Eli, Evan, would either of you guys like to share?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, but they can.
Here we go.
Get the computer in the right place. Eli, take that, please. Thank you.
Okay, so Eli and Evan, I want to see yours.
We're gonna make it bigger so everyone can see.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's great.
So our at-home guys.
Go ahead, Eli. Put it where you were gonna land it. Eli,
Let's see how your rover.
put it where you were gonna land it. Eli, put it back.
What is that squeak?
I'm so sorry, guys.
No. That's an ingenious use of blocks.
Absolutely.
Go back, Eli. Evan, there we go.
What's wrong?
There we go. That's awesome.
Sorry.
Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing.
Oh, thank you. This is fun.
Awesome.
So did the rovers?
Still having some problems getting it to turn the way they want it to, but
We are running into that issue as well here.
We are. We're going to close with a video. The next step in rovers is a helicopter, and the most recent mission is taking a little helicopter to Mars. So instead of having to stay on the surface with a rover, they also have a rover, but they're deploying a test helicopter on this one. So I want to show you this video, and then we have an activity you can take home with you to make a paper helicopter and show how you can test it, very similar to how NASA scientists test theirs.
Times we have to do something just to show that you can. And the right others, the first time, experimental aircraft. And in the same way, the Mars rovers is not to show that we can fly our helicopter flight in Martian atmosphere.
From day one, this was an unwavering dream of our team to get our helicopter launched to Mars so that we can get an opportunity to do the very first rooftop test in the ancient environment of Mars. It's extremely difficult to fly at Mars and be as atmospheres at Mars is less than 1%. So the first and foremost challenge is to make the vehicles light enough. And then the second is to generate lift. The rotor system is very fast. Spinning between 2,000 and 3,000 revolutions per minute, and it takes a lot of energy. So it's that balance of a very light system, yet having enough energy that's needed to spin a rotor so fast, lift, and on top of it, having to design in autonomy.
It has to be fully autonomous from the time it takes off to the time it lands. What we do on the ground is we plan in place, so we determine from here where we want the helicopter to go.
Our experiment window is 30 March minutes. So we have planned up to 5 flights of incremental difficulty.
Very first flight, main thing is we want to get the legs off the ground, and so we will basically go up about 3 meters, and we'll hover there, and then we'll come down again, and that will be the first, really major milestone.
Most of the flights will be 5 meters high. We will be going horizontally again at 2 meters per second, 24 meters. In successive flights, we'll probably push that further, right? So our priority will be to get back not so much images, but I'm sure we'll return.
At this point, we tested all we can on Earth. We have mental models that shows how it would fly on Mars, and we tested it in the simulated environment that we created on Earth. It really is
Nothing is impossible, but we have done everything, and that's the best program. The vehicles performing the show so far, and exactly the right thing. So a very good chance that it will out, yes, but it's still high risk, and none of us forget that we could have a glitch that within the mission.
It's going to be exciting, reacting to any surprises we have. We can't wait. What's really most important is everything we're learning here is for the future rotorcraft systems that we want to introduce into space exploration.
Awesome.
So that's the next step in Mars exploration, is to do low-level, helicopter. We have an activity. If you haven't seen it before, feel free to take one. It's a Mars helicopter that you can do at home, cutting out and trying different things and seeing how it works. It's the engineering process. If you guys could help, I think the straws and the pick up some of the materials and just set them back on the table. We'd like the PVC pipes, but the straws and the craft sticks that are taped together on paper, just take them off the mats and we can throw them in the garbage right outside the door. Thank you so much for coming today. We have 2 totally different activities back on Thursday at 1 o'clock. So we hope to see you guys then. You can take your book home, but please bring it back on Thursday with you, because you're going to need that for some of the other activities. So bring your book back, take your book with you. Any other questions? You can take your helicopter or your parachute guy with you and keep it at home. It's yours to keep.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us online as well. We look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Have a great day.
Put it back on the table. We're going to put it back in the kit.